this goes for anybody else who sees this recording and wasn't able to make the call. Like, you're with us, even though you're not with us. And I hope that that's one thing that you're able um, to really live into throughout this strange quarantine social distancing thing that we're in. I'm going to pause it now. Resume. Okay, great. And then you're going to see your phone in your lower left corner. And if you could go ahead and mute it until you're ready to speak, I would really appreciate that. It'll help out with some of the background noise, because I'm sure we all have dogs or kiddos or loud partners or or noises going on in the background, and that'll help everybody to be able to hear better. And then when you're ready to speak, just go ahead and unmute your button, and we'll make sure we can hear you, and we'll go from there. Yay! Well, first, I just want to say thank you so much, each of you, for showing up for the call. Thank you for doing this course and investing some time and energy in yourselves and in this community. And I just wanted to start with a quick check-in. Some of us know each other, some of us don't. And so I'd love to open it up to just say your name, where you're taking this call from, and one fun fact about you that maybe other people wouldn't know. And I guess I'll start. My name's Mallory. I'm taking this from Scottsdale. And I'm gonna have to think really hard about this one. Oh, I am dressed like Carol Baskin today. I'll show you. Has anyone seen The Tiger King? So I'm wearing her leopard print, tiger print, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself, and then whoever wants to share next can go.
Hi, Brian, and I'm calling from my virtual backyard with our baby Cinnamon above my head. Not quite the Tiger King, who we've been obsessed with on Netflix, by the way. If you haven't watched it, I saw some head shaking no. If you want 8 hours of your life to never get back, please watch Tiger King. That's not my fun fact. My fun fact is that I lived in the North Pole for 2 years, from 1995 to 97, when I was stationed there with the Air Force. So that's my fun fact.
Thanks, Brian. And I'm just dying laughing because I turned to Brian last night and I was like, I think Cinnamon is really a tiger. And that's why she's morphed so much recently. So.
Okay, I'm Leanne Black, and I am joining you from Saskatchewan, Canada, where, yes, it is still snowing. It's not quite the North Pole, but, you know, it is still wintry here. Hard to believe. We should have spring by this time. I'm not sure what fun fact I don't know if there's anything that fun, but I do. I was telling Mallory and Rebecca today a fun fact that the laser that I had done some clinical research for will be very good at helping fight this coronavirus. And hopefully you will see some of this cold laser on the market to help the fight of the COVID virus. There.
That is so amazing. Thank you for all of your work on that. And yeah, that's so incredible.
Hey, I'm Kate. I'm calling from San Diego-ish, north of San Diego. And I guess my fun fact, I have two fun facts that I use for everything. So I'll use this one. I once worked for Arnold Schwarzenegger. I was an intern when I was in college when he was the governor of California. And I got to go to his office birthday party where there was champagne. And then my boss caught me for trying to drink the champagne when I was 20. So that's mildly fun.
Welcome, Kate.
Okay, I'll go. It's Rebecca. Hi, I'm Rebecca Crawford. For some of you who don't know me, I'm here in Scottsdale in my, or I should say, our office slash den. We've been cleaning it up. Brian, that probably looks familiar. um, so one fun fact about me is one summer for 2 months, I lived in Costa Rica and I went through my first earthquake there, which was very strange. And also, second fun fact, first time I saw snow, Leanne, I was 12.
I love your bookshelves. I like have library envy.
Guess we're all IKEA. All
Ooh,
IKEA.
Good to know.
Yeah, including the ladder. So, I don't know.
Have you ever like pulled a bell, like in Beauty and the Beast, or like? Leanne also has a very nice like bookshelf situation. So
Yes, Leanne's is beautiful. I love that idea, though. That would be great. Okay, muting now.
Oh. Okay, are we good? Okay, cool. I was just gonna say I need videos of Becca and Leanne doing the bell slide across your across your bookshelves. I love that. Okay, anybody else want to introduce themselves and share?
Hi, I'm Jules. Can you hear me? I don't know if I'm doing this right. Okay, okay, we're good. So my name's Jules, and I am tuning in from Arizona. So it's a beautiful day out. I did some painting today, and then I took a break to come here. So a fun fact about me is that I like to sing, and actually do several national anthems for different sporting events, whether it's racing or basketball or whatever. And I haven't been doing as much recently, and before everything kind of shut down. And the last one I did was for a dear friend of mine, like a memorial kind of game for him. And so it was really sweet. It was so fun, and it was just like a great way to do my last one before the coronavirus hit. So it was kind of nice to get that in. So yeah.
Thank you, Jules. Okay, I think I figured out the mute and unmute. So, yeah, I just wanted to have this meeting so that whoever was available could put some faces to the names and, see who were really going through this crazy quarantine, physical distancing time in our lives together. And I'm so happy that you're each here. So thank you for tuning in and introducing yourself. And anyone who watches the recording later, feel free to post in our group, your fun fact and interact that way. I'm not very tech savvy. That's what I have Brian for. And so I'm excited though that we have all of these ways to connect and keep each other supported and throughout these weird times. And so I thought that today we might just do a breathing exercise together and, recognizing that everyone's tuning in from different parts of the world and dealing with, different trials and struggles and new challenges and opportunities, and that we all deal with that in different ways. So I just wanted to take 1 or 2 minutes to just kind of ground into this moment and maybe, yes, just get some oxygen to our brains. Does that sound good to everybody? Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. All right, so go ahead and get comfortable. And if you would like to just gently close your eyes, you can do that. And just take a couple big, deep breaths. In through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. And again, breathing in through the nose. Big exhale, sigh it out. And one more time, big deep breath in, biggest breath you've had yet today. Big exhale out. Notice any noises that you're hearing in the space that you're in. And notice any textures that are making contact with your skin. Notice the support of the ground beneath you, or the chair, or the bed, or the stool that you're sitting on, and how it provides space to hold you. And now picture this community and the support that it can provide. And just breathe in and out, feeling the support of your chair and the support of these beautiful people who are taking this ride with you. Let's take one more big, deep breath in together. Big exhale out. Together. You can gently blink open your eyes. And just maybe with new eyes, see what you see, the faces of the people in this little Brady Bunch group chat, the puppies that you're seeing on the screen, yeah, the space around you. Yeah, and then I just want to open up the floor for anyone who wants to share what you experienced in this moment through the breath work, or maybe what you've experienced in these first few days of the course. And I'll go ahead and mute myself, and feel free, whoever wants to share, share.
Hi. So I gotta tell you, I came into this call. I was felt like a little rushed this morning, and I had done. I think I'd share with some of you. I did a yoga class this morning online for some people with my military community, and then I went out for a long run. And I came back, and Mallory's like, "Oh, don't forget we have that Zoom call." I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like I gotta shower, like do my things, and yeah. So I hopped on this call. I just felt rushed. And even though like I already meditated this morning, like I needed to get regrounded and like present to, okay, that's over, that this morning's behind me. And now like I need to put my attention on like right here, right now, and be with each of you. and to like shut down social media and like not look at the things blinking on my phone right now and just really be present to each of you. So yeah, so that's what I got from the breath work, to just get down and just really to see. And yeah, that's what I got.
Thank you so much for sharing, Brian. And then just real quickly, who relates to that? I know I did. Yeah, so thank you for sharing. Yeah, appreciate that. And thank you for being here.
I guess I felt something similar of the rushing and then feeling very grateful for having made this call. I know I told you last night, Mallory, I wasn't sure if I would make it, but I got like the kids fed and then I like ran upstairs and put down my younger son for a nap. And I was like, I can do it. And so like grateful, similar to Brian, for, being grounded. I think the other thing that's really stood out to me, and also since I started this course, is just like a really like more intense awareness of sensory feelings, which I often don't notice in my daily life. So like feeling just like the tile on my feet and like really feeling it. I don't know. I've been noticing that a lot since we started this course, like the wind and the sun. And I don't have anything deep to say about it, but I appreciate noticing those things and being more in tune. So
Thank you. Yeah, and who else relates to that? Like noticing more of like your environment. I know I have. I think that too, like just the quarantine in general has helped me to tune into more of my senses again. So thank you so much, and thank you for being here. And yes. Anybody else want to share?
I'll go. Hey, it's Rebecca. I think for me, just taking the moment to just breathe is kind of calming and relaxing amongst all the other stuff that's going on. And the course for me it's good because I need the forced moment to stop and just be. And so that for me it's been really great the last 3 days, is kind of doing the coursework at the end of the day for me when I'm getting ready to kind of wind down, and that's helped me out a lot, just kind of get ready for sleep and relaxing. So it's been really good. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and I'm so happy to hear that. And I'm relating to every single person who's sharing. Who else needs like that little reminder to just stop and kind of down regulate? Yeah, definitely me too. So thank you, Rebecca.
I can go next, and I agree with everything that's being said. And Brian, I like your Canadian flag behind you. Thank you. Anyway, I mean, this course, I'm enjoying it immensely, but it's out of my comfort zone, and it's so good for me to do something like this, because for all of the type A personalities that are on here with us, it's good for us to take a breath, and it's good for us to do something like this, especially during this time where we've lost all control. We have, and it's hard for those of us that like to be in control, and we like to be the boss. We like to, make all the decisions. So it's hard. I've had to learn that with my husband too. Two type A personalities sometimes can be difficult. And anyway, so it's been very good for me to do the coursework and to just take a minute. And I read something this morning too, that somebody said, this is a different time. It's a different battle for everybody. This might be a really needed rest for some people, and it might be terrifying for other people. And I think that's very true. But certainly for those type A personalities, this is a good reminder just to take some time and breathe and realize that no, you don't have control. You control what you do. But anyway, so thank you. Thank you for that.
Thank you for sharing that, Leanne. And, again, I think that I know that hits me right here. I'm sure that, yep, I see nods, I see hands raising. Yeah. And yes, I developed it, based on my experience the last year and a half with traumatic brain injury. And it's really touching to hear all of your feedback, because it's a journey that I went through, and going through it, I didn't know how to share with others what it was. And there's been a lot that's come up for me just the last few days of kind of reliving a bit of the injury and the aftermath. And so even for me, it's been so nice to have like the daily check-ins to look forward to. So thank you all so much. And it looks like Julie, you've got your mic unmuted. Did you want to say something, Jules?
Yeah, so I really love it all, and I love what you guys are saying, and I agree. So I am really excited that I didn't expect this to happen, but I see myself from day one applying it to my own life in different areas, like for say singing. So with singing comes a lot of distraction and a lot of, different things going on in the room and different things to focus on. And so I'm already trying to kind of mentally train myself to hone in on things that maybe before I couldn't, or maybe before I was trying, I just didn't know how to. And it was just kind of happening and it wasn't really under control, So I'm really excited to apply these these key things to different areas of my life. I really liked something that Brian said, and I can't quote him now because it's been a couple of minutes, but I just wrote a couple of things down. Be present where you are, be grounded in who you are, and soaking in your surroundings. And so I just been really trying to do that, and it's really fun to see how it's working. So that's it.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. This is so fun. So actually you've all already said like everything that I had in mind for this today, which is really cool. We're about halfway. What is today? I don't even know what today is. It is the 5th. So we're about halfway through the first week, and kind of digging in to see like what are our core values, like what's most important to us in life. I just wanted to do a little check-in. And you could speak or you can just wave or nod, whatever you're comfortable with. Is everyone feeling pretty comfortable with that work so far? Cool. Okay. And then are there any questions that are coming up for anybody? Anything that you want to talk about? Yeah, I'll just open up the floor again.
I'll go.
Oh, okay. Go.
No, go ahead, Beck.
Okay, sorry, Kate. I just saw you unmuted too. I was gonna say I really like the journaling and the questions too, especially they're just really making me think about everything, like what I'm doing in the moment, what I'm doing not only in the day but by the hour, So it's and it also helps me in dealing with other people because we're all dealing with this very differently, and we've all had very different experiences in the past that either help us or hinder us in dealing with where we are right now. And so my experience is completely different than everybody else's, and so it's helping me understand sort of other people's reactions. So that's been really helpful too. So
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. I'm so happy to hear that it's serving you. I know a couple other people. Was it Kate and Brian?
Yeah, I'll jump in front of Brian. No, I'm also enjoying like Brian's movement. So I really enjoy the journaling prompts too and the questions. I find that I'm not like doing them like legitimately, which, you know, like Mallory knows me and I'm like a reasonably type A person. Like I do the work. And for this, I've tried to like recognize that like actively writing something down is not fitting in my day right now. And that like putting pressure on myself to add homework like isn't really helpful to me. But so for me, I've just been like giving myself permission and I really like thinking about it and I like kind of like click it in my head and I'm just trying to also just give myself permission to be like, hey, if I didn't get to the journaling today or I didn't write it down, like I'm still doing good work. I'm still ahead of where I would have been otherwise. So for me, I've enjoyed the questions and they definitely like clarified some things for me. But I'm also just trying to give myself grace that it may not happen every day this month.
Yes, 1,000%. 1,000% agree and support that. And I'll share something with you that my yoga teacher, Baron Baptiste, shared with me when I was going through the year-long Fit to Lead program. And right before week 2, it was 4 one-week meetings in person over the year and then like monthly Zoom calls. And right before week 2 in person was when I had my accident. And so he sat with me in Park City, and I'll never forget this. He said, you're gonna get the program, but it's not gonna be the program that you thought it would be when you signed up. He's like, you're gonna get whatever program you're supposed to get. And so for me, like that meant I didn't even attend the final week. And so, Kate, that's awesome. Like you're creating the program that is meant for you. And that's perfect. So thank you for sharing that, because that gives everyone else permission to give themselves grace. And you know, I'm not the guru, like you are. And so yes, I love what you shared and thank you for saying that.
Hi, I'm going to tattle on myself too. So I haven't been doing all the journaling either. I haven't been writing it down for whatever excuses that I want to give myself that out for not doing the work. But I will say this, when I actually do the journaling, like I get deep and I uncover things that sometimes not sometimes, things I don't want to see, that I don't want to deal with. So especially if I pull up the app and I see the questions, I'm like, well, I don't want to go there. So I can just shut it down and I choose to hide and not do that work. But then I'm like, well, I'm sitting here watching The Lion King. I can probably do some self-work right now instead and just take a couple minutes. And I don't have a journal and pen that I'm actually writing. So I've been like just keeping it digital. I'm on my phone already. So I just pull up notes and I'll just type stuff in my iPhone on my notes. And it's just amazing how differently I get words from here to here than when it comes out of here. Things get more real, they get more raw when I'm typing this stuff because there's no filter, it just flows. And I'm like, no one's gonna see this, no one's gonna hear this if I'm speaking words, and it feels really safe. And I can just delete it and I don't have to keep it, or I can keep it and refer to it later when I want to come back to it. So I found it really powerful to, as much as I hate doing homework, Mallory can attest to that. Like I will find any way to cheat to get at anything and find the easy way to Google the answer. And you can't Google these answers. Like only you have the answer to it if you want it. If you want it, it's there. If you want to do the work and you want to like, you know, get your program out of it, like Mallory just said, then yeah, then you do what you want to get out of it. So yeah, I'm like probably many of you, I have resistance to doing this work and answering those hard questions that I don't want to answer. So thank you, Mallory, for putting those questions out there and to allowing us to have that option to be whatever we want to need to get out of that.
Thank you, Brian, for your courage in sharing that. And like everything that everyone said on this call, I relate 1,000%. When I, go through program myself, it's like 70% of the time I hate it because I don't want to become aware of certain things. And so I totally relate, and I know you're not alone in that. And I think what I really want to just encourage you all with is, like, we're just building awareness around all of that. So just even recognizing if there's resistance, recognizing if there's stuff that you don't want to deal with. And, the program's not about like forcing yourself to deal with anything or forcing yourself to change. We're really just using mindfulness to bring these things up, and then do with that what we will. There's nothing to fix for any of you. There's nothing to change. There's, you're perfect just as you are, each and every one of you, and me too. And what's really amazing with mindfulness is it just allows us to see and accept ourselves fully and love ourselves fully. So just want to let you all know, like, there's no right way to do this program. And just keep giving yourself grace. And just like last question on my docket is, how can I support you in this course, and how can we support each other in this course? So if anyone wants to unmute and ask for support or offer support, go for it.
Okay. Bold request. I love seeing each of you, and I would love to see more of you, especially like Leanne and Dom. We miss you guys, like being in person. So this is like the closest I get to see you, and even Matt and Rebecca. You guys live a couple miles away, and we're trying to really social distance. So anyway, what I'm getting to is I love connecting. I love being around people. I love seeing people, and I would love more of these Zoom calls. That would be my request as a way of support. Whether you know it or not, each of you by your raw sharing, it's all, you've resonated with me. You've each given me a gift today, and if it wouldn't have been for me jumping on this call, I wouldn't have had those gifts for you to give me. So that'd be my request. If we could maybe do a weekly check-in like this, go from there. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
I agree that I think it's great, since I think I'm the furthest away from all of you. Not that any of us can be in each other's company right now, but certainly I think the Zoom calls are great. And I wish I could bake cookies for all of you.
Well, the mail's not broken.
I know.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I'll put a poll in our group to see if this is the best time for most people, or if there's another time, or if we should perhaps do a different day and time each week. I like to keep things simple, but I'll put a poll out and see. And I'm so happy to hear that this is something that you guys want to keep doing. So we can definitely make that happen. Air high fives are fun. Okay, anybody?
I was gonna say I'd like to second Brian's call request. I think, well, weekends for me, I think work best just because my weeks are crazy, but obviously whatever the poll ends up being. But yeah, it is. It's really good to see everybody's faces, and it kind of makes me wonder why we weren't connecting more with all the technology we had. It's kind of been like a a push to do this more often. And I did. So yesterday I said it was a friend of mine's birthday, and she's home with her family, and her husband doesn't even want to go out because he is just terrified of walking out the door even. And so I could tell, it meant a lot to her to have that connection. And even though we talk on the phone because she's also a work colleague, I had a friend of ours in Atlanta call in, and so we had East Coast, West Coast all together for an hour, and it was just really great to see everybody's faces. So it's great.
Thank you. And what that just made me think of is, we're each realizing how powerful it is to do this. And so if we can each, pass that gift on to other people who, also haven't thought of it, when crises like this happen, we go into fight or flight as humans. And so that's why it doesn't necessarily enter our brains to suddenly, change our way of being. Like, our brains are just trying to get us to survive this threat, survive this craziness. And so mindfulness is what brings us out of that and helps us to go back into the parasympathetic nervous system. And so, the people in your life who are climbing the walls and turning into a tiger of their own, and they really need this. So yeah, that's the best gift you can give, is to pass it on. Thank you.
And since we're all type A personalities, like it kind of feels good. It felt really good for me yesterday to say, you know what, I'm setting up this meeting, or sorry, this happy hour. Call in, let's see everybody's faces. And so for all of us that want a little bit of action and control, especially, it was a little way of doing that and making other people feel good, which made me feel good.
Yeah, I love it. Anybody else want to share a request? Is there anyone who just needs to talk to somebody? I know a few of the interactions I've had over the phone with clients, we're talking to people less. So if anyone needs to get something off of their chest, we've got a couple minutes. I want to respect everyone's time. So we've got about another 6 minutes left on the call. If there's anyone who needs this space to just speak. Okay, cool. And then just to close out the call, let's see how I want to ask this question. What is one thing that has made you smile today or over the last week?
I'll go. Seeing all your faces, seeing my Scottsdale friends with Canadian flags behind them, and has made me smile. So thank you.
Thank you. I think we're all going to have Canadian flags behind us once we figure out how to do that.
I really appreciated FaceTiming with you, Mallory, last night. It was really nice to catch up and have you be there. And it was also, for those of you, I'm married to Mallory's brother, and he's a quiet sort. And I know it was nice that he got some time with you too. Last night I was like, did you like talking to Mallory? He's like, I did, which is, it's big for him. He doesn't like talking to people. So it was nice both to see you and for you to connect with him, because he doesn't get that very much. So thank you, Mallory.
Thank you so much. That was so nice. And this is my oldest brother. And when we were little, our great grandmother nicknamed him Not Talk a Lot. And 30 some years later, it's still true. Thank you, Kate.
I got two. Yeah, the obvious is seeing each of you right now and for the past half hour or so. And then this morning, as soon as we woke up, I had a staff meeting and I got to share yoga and meditation with my military family today. And a lot of those guys have never ever done yoga or have meditated. And I didn't tell them that's what we were doing either. So just kind of threw them right into it. It was really great to share that and get the feedback of what they felt from that.
Thank you. I think Jules, your mic was muted for a second. Okay.
So I had a phone call Monday night with one of my friends who I'm not like close with at all, but it was one of those like texting isn't gonna do the answer, right? And so I was like, can you just call me? And so she called me and we just had the best conversation. Turned out we're like so much alike, didn't even know it, and just agreed that we'd do that more often. So it's just kind of like so cool to just have this time where, you know, you just building new relationships and making new friends and just learning more that you're not alone, you know. So just kind of, it's really, really fun. So yeah, it was nice.
Thank you so much. That makes me smile too, just hearing that and seeing how you're just lighting up talking about it as you recall the conversation. Okay, anybody else? Okay, so we'll go ahead and wrap up. And if everybody wants to unmute so that we can all say goodbye, I think that would be really fun to do.
Hey, there's Dawn! Hi,
Bye.
Dawn!
Oh,
As the Canadian friend.
Attaboy. Attaboy. Bet you wish you were here.
I do.
Dawn! I know. We definitely need to chat later. It would be good to see you guys. It was good seeing everyone.
Good seeing you.
so I just want to say thank you to all of you again for showing up. Your presence is so appreciated. And thank you for sharing so beautifully, each of you. And yeah, I'm so happy we did this. And
Thank you.
oh, thank you. So I'm going to stop the recording.